This Halloween, why don't you give your old scarecrow friend a season off and update your outdoor look with some things like some witchy broomsticks and a family of ghosts. If you've got a few minutes, we're going to show you some really cool projects that are going to make your front yard the coolest thing this side of the tombstone. So the first thing you're going to need to make your witchy broomsticks are, well, brooms. It's kind of obvious. So you want to just get, a plain broom. Obviously you can get this at the grocery store, the hardware store, and you want to get one with a straw top. Sometimes you can get those ones with plastic tops, not very witchy. These aren't very witchy to start with, and that's why we're going to revamp them and make them that way. I took the broom and I started on either side, and I used kind of a heavy-duty craft knife, more or less, and just cut the edges, cut that plastic stripping. You want to do that first, and then you're going to go all the way around. You see these little stitches? You want to cut those off so that you can pull these out, and then that'll open up. Same thing on the back side. You're going to have to do it on both sides, and that will pull right out, and then you'll be able to set your bristles free. It's looking better, but you might notice that these all have plastic bottoms. They're kind of gray, they're plastic. No self-respecting witch is gonna ride a plastic broom. Now, I'm not gonna go out and whittle me a new broomstick, but what I am gonna do is take that plastic out and use some spray paint designed specifically for plastic, brown of course, so it looks like wood, and just spray paint that stick. Then up here on top, you can see that I also added a little bit of spray paint, just a touch of orange to the front and the back. The next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna wrap this little guy in lights. Let me show you kind of how I did this. I started at the top with the female end. You want that to be at your top. Then we're just gonna wrap holiday lights. And the easiest thing to do is just hold this on the ground and just twist it. Just like this, twist it all the way around. And when they're done, they're gonna look like this. And you can see on this one, I coordinated my purple lights on my new and exciting brown stick with the purple paint on top of the 3 bristles. So the next thing we need to do is get these brooms in the ground to light our walkway. The easiest way to make a hole in the ground is using an auger connected to a cordless drill. You want to drill down about 6 to 8 inches and then stick your broomstick in the hole. Next, you want to smush the dirt up around your broomstick so that it stays nice and anchored in the ground. All that's left to do is to plug in your extension cord, light those babies up, and wait for the trick-or-treaters to roll in. Another fun idea for the yard is a family of ghosts. I've got one little guy here, but he clearly needs his family. He's not a family just by himself. So we're gonna make him some friends and loved ones down here. And what his little fam is made of, well, it starts with a couple of trash bags, honestly. We have 2 trash bags, small ones. You don't want to get the super jumbo size, and you want to use white. Double bag it. And the reason we have 2 of them is because it's stuffed with newspaper, and you want it double bagged so that you don't see the newsprint through your white trash bags. So you stuff that in there, put the sports section in there, or whatever it is you don't read. So he got his head kind of ready, but he needs a body, and that's where the PVC pipe comes in. Now you can have this cut at the hardware store in all different varying lengths. We're making a family, so Papa Ghost is not as tall as Baby Ghost, so you want to have it cut in varying lengths. So I'm going to take my PVC pipe, and I'm going to pop it into my bag. Just like so. So it kind of looks like this. And the next thing I would do is take some yarn or some thread and tie this off. And then put my sheet on top. Use more yarn to tie your sheet into place. So that just kind of gives him a head, and now he's got a nice body. Once you get the rest of your family members made, like this little guy here, you're going to be ready to stick them in the ground. Take a wooden dowel or metal rebar and hammer it into the ground. Space them out so it makes a circle. Slide your ghost over the rebar. Personalize your ghost family by adding fun touches like wigs, hats, and maybe even some makeup on Mama Ghost. Next, you're going to want to take each corner of the ghost and tie them together so it looks like your little family is holding hands. It just takes a couple hours for either project, and you can transform your front yard into a spooky delight. Don't blame me if it causes a traffic jam.